obviously you leave Carlisle. Where do you go after that?
So I actually left Carlisle. So I signed a 1 year with I signed a 1 year with a 1 year option, but it was like a mutual option. Yeah, where you kind of, you know what I mean. And then came to the end of the season, and they were like, "We want to keep you," because I'd obviously played, innit? They're like, "Oh, we want to keep you." But at the time, Plymouth were interested, and a couple other clubs.
You
right?
actually like traveling, innit?
That was going to go from one end of the country to the
Broski.
complete other end.
Them times, you're just trying to
Build a career,
You're
but that's a
trying
big club. Plymouth's massive.
yeah, Plymouth's a massive club. But what happened was, I think at them times I was on 750 plus the bonuses, and I think I wanted like 1150 or something. Because man, I was playing and man were on more than me.
Yeah.
And but they were doing the age thing.
Yeah.
Where you're young and all that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, my agent at the time, who's a donut as well, but he was like, "Forget it, let's go back to London." And I went back, and Bristol City wanted me.
Yeah.
So I ended up having Plymouth, QPR, Bristol City. I went to Bristol City. Bro, I went to Bristol City. They offered me a 3-year deal with the first 6 months I was going on loan to Cheltenham because his dad was the manager, that Gary Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the manager of Bristol was Lee Johnson.
Yeah.
Right.
So anyway, I walked in there, and bro, the first thing, and this goes back to what we were talking about. The first thing my man said is, "Why are you wearing earrings?" That's the bro. That's the. I kid you not. That's the first thing a man said to me, and from then, I knew, yeah, it's done.
You can't win.
He's not trying to do the fake black man laugh. I think you're Gaffer, you don't like him. Take him out there on the spot.
Bro, I don't know, bro. I can't remember what I said, but I didn't say nothing. And then so that was the intro meeting. The first thing he said is, "Why are you wearing earrings?" Then he carried on chatting. Then when I was leaving, you know what he said? He said, "Well, hopefully you can make a better first impression on the training pit." And I was like, cool, weird, but all right. Went out, trained, played. Bro, I got my kit, tracksuit. We're going to La Manga on the Monday, which is like where they did a preseason tour. And on the Friday, yeah. So bear in mind, I got my locker. First team, yeah. Got my locker. I'm sitting in the change room. Cool. Get to my hotel, which they were paying for and that. Then the agent phones me. It's like, "Oh, you got to go back to London."
I tell you had to take career, bro.
I was like, because I hadn't signed yet, innit?
Right.
It was to see if they were going to pay the comp, because obviously we're under the age, innit?
Yeah.
So they still had to pay some kind of fee.
Yeah,
but apparently they had agreed the fee already.
Right.
So that's why I went. And then, bro, agent's like, "Yeah, you got to go back to London." And I was like, "Why?" And he goes, "I'll tell you when you get here." So I was like, cool. Anyway, I went back, and they basically said 2 things. The manager didn't like me because I wore earrings, and I was too relaxed. Like when I played, because I played games for them as well. I was too relaxed. And secondly, Carlisle don't want to go with that fee anymore and would rather go to tribunal to try and get more bread.
My goodness. So in that case, you basically saying to yourself,
So that way, I was done both sides.
Yeah.
But you can't sign anywhere in the UK after that, basically.
Bro, so after that, I went to... Where'd I go after that? I went to Gillingham. These times, the assistant from Carlisle was still banging off my phone to come back, yeah? And I remember I posted this Instagram pic. Drake brought out a track, and it was like, "Ring, ring, click." Remember that song? Ring, ring, click, I get back to them.
Yeah.
But I posted that as a caption, not even relating to football. And then that went into the newspapers in Carlisle. And then bare people started shouting me from Carlisle, like on Instagram, like, "Oh, this guy's disrespectful, all this shit." And then anyway, I went to Gillingham, was doing my thing. And then it came up on the news that Keith Curl and me had a mad argument. And the manager came in and was like, "What am I seeing about you on..." This was just in Edinburgh before he passed, yeah? He was like, "What am I seeing about you on the news with this gaffer?" And then he never spoke to me again.
Did you have a bad argument, or?
Nah, bro, it wasn't a mad argument. It was just that I wasn't going back.
Oh, okay. So you'd had the 1 year mutual option, but you didn't take it up basically.
Yeah, because they
didn't
weren't
take it
really.
up either.
No, they were trying to take it up.
Mm.
But so basically, to take it up, they have to offer you a slightly increased.
More,
Yeah. But they weren't willing to pay what I wanted.
Right.
Well, what we wanted, me and my agent and stuff. So we kind of parted ways.
Right.
But they were still trying to get me to go back.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So then that happened. But my man kept going on Sky Sports saying mad shit all the time.
Right.
And then I went to QPR. But bear in mind, this whole period, so this is probably this is probably like, we're in like September now.
Yeah.
And
Season started.
yeah, but they're still paying me because they have to pay you for as long as they want conversation, they have to pay you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So then I went to QPR to meet Chris Ramsey because Chris Ramsey's now at QPR.
Yeah.
And I played against him
Mhm.
when he was manager at QPR when I was at Carlisle and we beat them. So he was like, oh, look, come and, like, I'll sign you. So, oh, cool, sick. And just before that, I had a call with him and he said, look, if you can get them to say that they'll agree to a certain fee or get some kind of paperwork to not go to tribunal, to agree to something, I'll sign you now. I went to the training ground, met him, whatever, cool, sorted everything out. And then Carlisle won't answer the phone
Wow.
at all.
Wow.
Like when I'm driving up there.
Manager, assistant, secretary. I went to the PFA. Nothing, bro. And then they didn't. I think they carried on paying me. Then I had to go back.
So you had to go back for another year
So I went back.
on their money.
Yeah. So I had to go back, and then I played that. But bro, it was completely different. They weren't paying for my apartment no more. 'Cause obviously they're vexed now as well, innit? And now we're in like November, so my bargaining power's gone down the drain as well.
Right.
So I went back, played like 10 games. Then I left in like March, April times.
I pay you up.
Nah, so bro, it was weird. So when I went back on new terms, like a whole different. It wasn't the option. It was like a whole new thing.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, new deal. Basically.
Yeah. And that deal, for some reason, ran out in like March.
Okay.
They gave you like a 6-month contract.
Yeah, it was a bit longer than 6 months, but for some reason it finished in March.
Right.
And then I left it then, and I played like probably like another 13 games or something. And the manager was like, "Oh," he goes, "I wish I could get out what you did to us. I wish you could get what you did to. I wish I could get what you did to us out of my head. That's why I didn't play."
What did you? What did you do to
What's the
them?
kid that to you?
You didn't do nothing though.
Bro.
But in his head, you've done a lot. You ain't cut off your dreads. You
In
ain't
hi-
done all of this stuff.
And
Like he's got
I
a
dragged
vendetta
out the
against
summer
you.
thing and all that. And
But you,
Hey,
all you're
managers
doing
are
is
sick, bro.
you're just trying to benefit yourself.
bro,
Yeah.
Help yourself in your career.
he was like, he was like, I should have played you more, but I couldn't like get over what you did to us.